Salutations! Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening, depending on where you find yourself orientated in this universe. And welcome back to another data stream. This time, things are going to be a little different. Our law internship at the Fay & Co. law offices has been somewhat cut short, shall we say, and now we find ourselves on the edge of being sent to... Well, we're not actually sure where you go when you are found guilty, but suffice to say, we rather would not find out this way if at all possible. That would be more preferred we find that out through asking questions. Still, though, we are coming up now on our court case date, so we shall have to go ahead and get that ready. So let's go ahead and just pull this audio down. Now we need to try and get the thought process in, and there we go. That seems to be about right. That works for everything we needed to do. Bring that back into proper alignment and everything. Yes, that seems to be... Yes. Is that... That's working better. There we go. Right. That should be everything we need doing. Now we need only be doing this, which hopefully should push us where we need to. And it does. Fantastic. So yes, let us continue on from where we were last time. We will go ahead in episode 2, Turnabout Sisters, with day 3's trial. September 9, 9:52 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another, this case gets decided today. Phoenix, look! Oh, it's you! What are you doing here? Am I in the wrong one? Oh, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. Isn't that your job, to determine who is guilty and who is innocent? All that I can hope to do is to get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Huh? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, call will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet! They're not... I'll be defending myself. What?! Okay, let's do this. Well, we are the only lawyer we know that we can trust ourselves with, so... Makes sense. 10 a.m., District Court Number 1.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this?
Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself.
Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime.
I see. The prosecution may call its witness.
That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's gonna raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Here's the thing. Edgeworth coming to talk to us already seems as though it was trying to let us know that things will be going highly smoothly. Us just ramming our head into a wall doesn't exactly help. We have to let this one go. Forget it. I smell a trap. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Okay. Yes. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear. Do my locutions confuse?
Name.
These two are great together.
My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino.
Isn't that just the same thing?
I'm the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp.
Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey?
That would be a negatory. No, I did not.
You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder?
Correct.
And you witnessed the murder from there?
Why tell you what you already know?
Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony.
If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing?
Oh. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
Let him have it, Phoenix! Okay. Hopefully we can find something here. Or we are finished.
Let's see. It was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that is, reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over.
If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. We've got to find some way to make him crack here. Let's see. First thing we want to do is have a look at the court record, but we'll hold on some of this stuff. How do you know what time it was?
Because I am always abso-positively perfect, you know?
No. You're not getting away with that.
You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyways, Miss May ordered room service for 9.
Moon Mellows, salutations. It is good to see you here. We hope you find yourself well.
It happened soon after the room service arrived.
That's what Miss May said too. Can we press this any further or not? True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May, but he testified that he did not see you at the time. His attorney is a fun thing to have on in the background. Well, we hope that whatever it is you're doing, there are no ailments or issues with doing so. We hope that we help ease your evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you find yourself orientated.
This is your concern? A silly lawyer. Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull off something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at the time? I was quietly perusifying, reading some papers by the window. We want to check what stuff we have here. Our attorney's badge isn't useful. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. We have the conversation. We have random glass shards. The Think statue. The wiretap. The department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. May testimony. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. And we have the floor plans. Can we have a look at these? Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on those. Let's press this. See what happens. By window, you mean the one directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? Correct. That is the only window you see. And there you were, reading papers? Correct! The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I'm a busy man who has business to do. Then I heard a bedlam. Right, let's see. This is the important stuff. Bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. So you were reading your papers until you heard that sound? But of course, I am no snoop, peeping out of windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right. You've made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. So spiky-haired? Needless to say... Wait, was that it? Phoenix, come on! Your life depends on this! How is that the only comment you have here? Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. 40? Don't add them together.
I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good.
Hey, whose side are you on, Judge, anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at the time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. She'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. After all, I am El Presidente.
Please continue.
The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? Objection, Your Honor. He's trying to lead the witness. As you know, I am always absolutely perfect.
Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail?
The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. See, that's odd, because Miss May claimed that she ran to the right. But if you were both watching, how did you get that confused? Wait right there! Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this?
You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right.
It's simple. You have misheard her.
I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd?
Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left? So, he did witness the killing. Wait a second.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court?
Here's the thing. It could be a similar option of it being the same thing. Dimension-wise, if you were to mirror something or be facing the opposite direction, if she was between the two of them, what would appear left to one would appear right to the other. Is that not true? So if Miss May was looking at it from one direction, say the Gatewater Hotel, what she saw as the right, someone facing the other side of Mia Fey would be running to the left. So if they are both right, this skewers him into implicating that he was in the office. Both witnesses are telling the truth. For once. I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts.
What?
Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Take all your assumptions and change them.
Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. He would have to have been standing. If this is the window here, this is the direction Miss May saw. So it has to be anything past where the victim is, because we use them as a pivot point. So let's conveniently present here and implicate him. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing.
Order! I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting?
Rapscallion. The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor.
Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched.
You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer.
What now? He's laughing?
The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more?
Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony.
Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left.
Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That's what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That was what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer?
See, that's funny, because the things I do remember include things like the autopsy report, and the autopsy report says she was struck once, not twice.
That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony?
You bet I will. Yes, Your Honor. And the best part is we know that Edgeworth asked for a second autopsy report in case the other one was outdated, but both of them specifically said hit once. As a result, there can be no doubt that that information is still relevant. Now we just have to find where to hammer it home. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, don't care. Then you hit her savagely, that's what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That's what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. I want to press this just to really make sure we nail the coffin in there. Nail him with this one. So you were watching both times?
I suppose I was. And please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner.
What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon want that smile off his face. Yeah, that last one we can definitely go for. You hit her twice. Let's present the autopsy report. Mr. White! The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. In the face. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court that you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break.
Yes, quite.
The witness is confused because he's lying! I empathetically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away!
Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony.
The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White.
Mr. White?
Okay.
The two accounts.
Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap!
Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting.
Deal with it. This is almost over. Okay. Where are we at then?
Well, you see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall.
What thing? You heard that thing fall?
Oh, huh? Oh, that, the glass light stand.
Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix? Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Let's see. What have we got for the floor plan? Maybe. There is something that could be. Just because we don't know the height at which the the hotel room is. It's slightly higher, but you'd have to be very, very high up to be able to see in and see down at that window, right? That's the only thing we could think of, perspective-wise. Let's try and hammer that point. Yeah, that's odd. I'll press it further. Mr. White. What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad.
The witness will revise his testimony.
Okay. Of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked.
Yeah, I don't think you could have seen that. The glass remains beyond all recognition. We don't think that that's possible. You wouldn't be able to see that, would you? The glass stand was lying on the floor. That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before?
Why, me? Well, I was instructed not to... Wait, 1 moment. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I'm so confused.
White's falling apart. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow this witness to be badgered any further.
Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Edgeworth is on the ropes.
Very well, the witness may continue his account.
We definitely have him there. We don't need any of this. It's this part we want to look at. The light stand was on the floor. We've got 2 possible options. Either we say that it's broken beyond all recognition and you wouldn't be able to see it. How did you know it was a glass light stand? That's the thing that I want to know. Mr. White? It was impossible for you to have seen the light stand.
What, sir?
The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it that you saw the stand? Answer the question!
Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before it fell over.
So, you saw the stand before the victim was attacked, then?
Correct. That would be no problemo, right?
Big problemo. Nuh-uh. There's a big problemo. Big problem here.
What problem is this?
Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred?
Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable.
No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stand.
What? Why couldn't he? You have proof?
I sure do, Your Honor. A person in the hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over, because you can't see that through that window. Look at this.
These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes?
Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that?
Ridiculosity.
Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel, as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a light glass stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Mr. Wright?
Mr. White? You did it, didn't you?
Mr. Your Honor, Miss Mia...
Looks like we're about to get our verdict. What? That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now,
What?
I said you confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Oh, you've got to be kidding!
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this.
Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay.
What does that have to do with...
Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't! Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct?
Correct. You are most correct, Miles.
Give me a break!
Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand.
Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. White would like you to believe that Mr. White was not the murderer, or was the murderer.
I see.
However, it is also a fact that Mr. White had been in the office well before that murder took place. When he went to the place, the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is.
Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping.
Leave it to me.
I feel faint. The wiretapping. Okay.
It was in the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand.
Great.
So you saw the stand before the night of the incident? And this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound?
Oh, correct. That is right.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination may begin.
What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. It's the beginning of September, the week before the murder. We have to find some way to get him to break some kind of a detail here. Do you have any proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Right. I'd entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Edgeworth, shut the fuck up! Unidentified fingerprints, several days old, were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Co. law offices. You've done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. Nah. This is when I saw the glass light stand. Why did you notice something so innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it, there's nothing for me to press him on! Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Ah! Yeah, there's absolutely nothing we've got. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore.
Mr. Wright? Are you giving up?
Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix! Phoenix! Over here! I know that voice. Mia?! Never give up, Phoenix! Oh boy, we're hallucinating. Mia? Oh boy. Yeah, where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Oh boy. Huh? Ah, you're finally awake. And out again. Hey, Phoenix! Gak? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. What? You're... Maya? Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I am also Mia. Curious, most curious. This is something that requires further study. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. Huh? But... We don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh, yeah, the one that you wrote Maya on? Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. Is it for a glass light stand? Because if it's for a glass light stand and it's got a date on it, we can prove when the glass light stand was there, and if it wasn't when they placed the wiretap, then we don't have... then his whole thing falls apart. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Phew, big spender. Item, glass light stand? Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th! That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. September 9, 1:16 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 1.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Here's the defendant. Rather, are you all right, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now.
Then, let's start where we left off.
Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please, give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you.
But, as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter?
I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
Alright, here we go again. Let's find one point. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I'd entered the Fanco laws. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That's when I saw the glass light stand. You didn't! Look closely at this. See the word Maya written on it in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt?
Well, a glass light stand. And the date of the purchase. Why, that's the day before the murder.
You see? Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me as guilty under these circumstances.
Very well. Then that is all for the trial of...
What are you doing? Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? No way he can worm his way out of this one. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes things up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. I have to object to this. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence.
I see. Objection denied.
What?
Uh-oh. The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow.
No, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up something. And if after Mia showed up and helped me with all... Mr. Your Honor, may I go home?
Of course. Thank you for your time.
The witness will stay. Mia? Phoenix? Read this note out loud. Mia, what is this? Memo received. A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may?
You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright.
You bet I am. My life is riding on this one! I have something I would like to read to the court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened.
Stop! Desist! Halt! Please, stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list?
Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press.
I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker.
Case closed, Your Honor. I mean, we might have just blackmailed someone into confessing to a crime. Can we really, is that really okay to say that we actually got okay with that? Ay.
Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew just how spirited it was.
Well, this court finds the defense, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright,
not guilty. Yes! We did it! We aren't guilty! That's good.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh boy. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But, congratulations! You were lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me. And Maya. I won't forget it, as long as I live. Well, as long as you live? My time here's running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No! There's still so much I have to say! Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight, say, 9 o'clock? The office? I'll see you later. Chief? Mia! Okay, 9:02. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came! Mia? I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? Oh, you should see your face. Mia! What are you talking about? It's me! Maya! Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Look like? You were her! I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this! See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office! This office! Someone has to help you with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who better but me? Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make it more casual. Yo, Nick! Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Maya said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners! You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault that I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Aww. That's adorable. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Aww. This, though, does give us lots that we have to do. We have a lot of study into this spirit medium, spirit channeling, the concept of a soul. I'll have to keep that in mind. Right, okay, Nick, let's do it! Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy! Burgers! There's a great burger joint just down the street! Come on! Time's a wasting! Okay, wait up! Alright! Alright! Yeah! We aren't guilty! Yes! We didn't get put to, well, jail. Hooray! It's good for us. We are not guilty. That is good. But, well, we guess this changes up our internship here then, to say the least. I guess we're working with Phoenix. Ah, you have disgraced me for the last time, Still Samurai. The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood. What the? The moon. No, it is you who shall gaze upon the moon, for it will be the last moon you ever see. See you in hell, evil magistrate. The warrior's sword gleams and strikes in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. What was that? October 14th, 5:31, Wright & Co. law offices. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa! Stop waving that broom around! Oh, Nick! I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here! What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick! You mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17, see? I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. Then watch it with me. He's really cool, and it's really popular. Then when they ask grade school kids what they want to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. Gramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. Guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. Wait, it's been like a whole month and we haven't had a single... Yeah, a month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time. But no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law officers. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Okay. Well, next day, let's... the phone? Hello? This is Phoenix.
Nick!
Maya? What? It's still early.
It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested!
Huh? You mean the guy on that show?
Yes! They're saying the Steel Samurai killed a villain!
Isn't that what he's supposed to do?
Yeah, on TV!
Yeah, on TV.
No, I mean he actually did it in real life! He skewered a villain with his samurai spear!
I've absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Just come to the office, quick! Please, Nick!
Oh boy. Well, about that client that's just around the corner, huh? Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers played the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, Warrior of New Old Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who played the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. Great. This has to be a joke, right? No. It's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Huh? Yes? Wright & Co. law officers. What? Nick! It's the Steel Samurai! What? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick! Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided this will be our first case. Our first case? Okay, let's move. Oh boy, hi. What's wrong, Maya? It's him! In the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him! Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely did it. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Whoa, what are you saying? Yes?
Something wrong?
No. This is getting off to a great start.
I know. You're disappointed, aren't you?
Disappointed? Oh, no.
No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know. I didn't want to wreck their dreams.
Oh.
I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they'll think of the Steel Samurai now.
Nick? What? He's a good guy. I mean it. He's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. Yeah. Alright, well, let's talk. What happened? Maybe you could start by telling us what happened.
Yeah, of course. Seems like it was only yesterday. Well, actually it was only yesterday. The cast had come down from the Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning. That was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But when 5 o'clock came around, the staff gathered at the studio. The Evil Magistrate was lying in a crumpled heap near the set. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He'd been expertly skewered with the samurai spear.
The samurai spear?
Yeah. It's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon.
Okay. Speaking of the Steel Samurai, maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is? Nick! How could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize to my partner. He's new to this and a little bit out of touch with the world. Hey! Who's new to this?
No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the street of Neo-World Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time.
I see. Neo-World Tokyo? Who comes up with these names? What about your alibi? Now, where were you on the day of the murder?
Well, that morning I came to the studio at 9 o'clock. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5 o'clock. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here.
So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero.
What will the kids think?
I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder.
Right, Global Studios. I'll draw you a map.
Wow, Nick, let's go. I'm willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. Alright then. Let's head to Global Studios, see what we can find. Wow! So this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome! Aren't you excited? Hey, you there! You want in? You gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today. Something horrible happens and all you could think about is sightseeing. Wanted to come to a place like this at a time like this. Or do you lawyers not work like the rest? Maybe I should become a lawyer too. Seems like a good life, so easy loafing around. I want a young and... oh my goodness. Okay. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to. Youths today. Do we want to talk to you? I'd ask about the studio. So, what do you do here at the studio? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. But, wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too, he was. Hammer? The victim, dummy! The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Mr. Hammer? What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if only you knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Well, what about Mr. Powers? Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer.
We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty.
Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? Well, I know everything. That's my job.
Reason for suspicion? Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer?
I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock when the body was found. Now, the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by between 1 p.m. and 1 o'clock and 2:30 when the murder took place.
And that person was Mr. Powers?
Yes, I saw him.
But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room.
Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Now move along.
Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request.
I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll let you in.
This lady thinks she owns this place, obviously. Great. Well, back to the detention center we go.
Hello, how was the studio? They don't think I did it, don't they?
No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Ugh. Alright, well, I need to ask something for you. About the security guard at the main gate of the studio.
Oh, the security lady.
She's terrible! She called me suspicious looking!
Yeah, actually, she's said the same thing about me before. Take off that mask, well, words I believe. Sucks up to all the bigwigs in the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let it up on you.
She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write us a letter formally requesting my representation?
Of course.
Document proving Will Crow's request for an attorney. Thank you. I just hope this will get me past the security lady. Also, I do want to talk to you a little bit. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you?
What? No, I'd never do that.
Earlier you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch.
Oh, yeah, like a baby.
But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime.
What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise.
Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get.
I know. I'm sorry. But I swear to you, on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me.
What did she see? It doesn't seem to be lying. Fair enough. We'll have to move out there. Head on to the studio main gate. Let us present. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers.
Yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl.
Powers' request given to the security lady.
To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really?
Really?
Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here, towards the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself.
Hey, Nick. Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. Okay. Hey, not bad.
Those are 50 cents apiece, thank you.
Well, time to go, Nick. Wait, hold on.
Hold on. You said that you don't like tourists and gawkers and sightseers, but you're selling these, what? You're selling those, but who's gonna need them if not tourists, spectators, and sightseers? Time to go, Nick. 50 cents! Guide map to Global Studios added to the court record. Okay, now we move to outside Studio 1. Whoa. What is this? October 16th, Studio 1 entrance.
Hey! Aren't you that murderer from the other day?
Ah! It's that confused detective!
Hey, pal. You know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's all your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window.
So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt.
You're right, pal. It is all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart.
Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case.
Yeah, suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here?
Well, we're on the case too, pal.
Huh? Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait.
I'd say he's a character, alright. Well, we might be able to gain some information from him. So, how's your investigation going, detective?
Well, it's, hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions. Right, so, detective, mind if I take a look at what you got?
What I got?
Well, the autopsy report, the latest version, if you please.
Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal.
Alright. Pierced by a chest with a spear at 2:30 p.m. Okay. Reason for the arrest. Why was Mr. Powers arrested?
Well, simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Well, only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up, Maya. Well, talking about the security lady.
Oh, that sweet old lady. Oh, what a charmer.
Huh? Are we talking about the same person here?
But when I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Remember what Powers said? She's a sucker for authority.
She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What? Decisive evidence, please? What kind of evidence?
Well, that, photo. The photo of the steel samurai heading towards the scene of the crime.
What? Who took it?
Well, see the camera up on that gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah. Whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them.
Oh no! Nick! He has evidence! We're finished! Funny. For someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy.
Oh, what's wrong, pal? You seem down.
I don't look so happy when you're about to say that. We'd like to ask the employees here some questions.
Yeah, sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not gonna find any clues I haven't already found.
Well, I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. Yeah, we've got to find something out. Nick, look! That security lady is in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need she doesn't need teeth to chew them.
Hey, you! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet?
She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Can we see that photographic proof? Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am?
Oh, that! I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see.
I see. So the automatic camera then. About the security camera.
Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. You can tell when someone walks through that gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently it records the time when it takes a picture, too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over there at the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do.
Okay. So what about this, then?
This guard station is at a central position. No matter where you go from here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio before 1 o'clock. The murder happened right around 2:30, see? The only one I seen
go... The only one I seen. Shouldn't that be the only one I've seen or I saw?
The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one that did it, I don't know who it is.
Maybe it was you?
Yeah! Oh, good one, Sonny.
She thinks I was joking? Great. What's the victim, Mr. Hammer, a popular actor?
Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio.
Was? Past tense? Oh yeah, he was great as the bearded samurai.
That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate. It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him?
Well,
can we look at the computer there, maybe?
The computer that runs the studio cameras.
Hey, no touching!
Okay, no touching. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area, and to the left is the actual film studios. Okay, well, let's move then. Where can we look? Can we go into the employee area? Oh, we can! Nice! Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Power's dressing room! No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. What is there to look at, then? Oh, we've got 2 areas we can look at, then. Okay. Alright, so what can we see here? We've got this. What's this? The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach for steaks. What? Ah, interesting. Multiple digestive systems for different foods. That is most useful. What else is there here that we can see? Well, this is concerning. There's the metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could probably fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right. Huh? Hey! I'm not a kid! Well, you know, you said it. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes a lot easier going up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? In some regards. What have we got then? We have this. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo-Old Tokyo Castle, if I had to guess. Well, we've got Will Power's dressing room. There's a sign by the dressing room. Will Powers. Must be neat to be the star and have your own dressing room like this. And frosted glass. A window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. That would make sense. Let's move, then, into the dressing room. Have a look inside. Powers' dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping? Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right, and there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling us the truth for his sake. What have we got then? Well, we've got this. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap yesterday? What about here? This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Come on, Maya. Like, the last thing we need is tampering by putting our fingerprints everywhere. I can't defend you again. Look! An employee card key? That must be Powers. That actually might prove as evidence. If we find that here in his bag, that would indicate that he wasn't there. He wasn't using it. So, if that's there, if there's only one photograph of him going to the place, that's actually a really good point. If there's only one photo of him going to the place, and his keycard's still in his dressing room, that confirms that it can't have been him, right? Oh, it says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it. You mean borrow. Alright, well, now we can head into Studio 1, it seems. Is there anything else we've got? A vast array of cosmetics here. Oh, this is the wig he uses in the Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I, kinda like samurai movies? Kinda. Yeah. Well, we can move here now, which is... Oh, no, we can head out from here. Go to the employee area. Then we can go to the main gate. This is a bit cumbersome. Moving is not fun. Outside Studio 1. Now we can go outside of Studio 1. No, we can... No, we've already done that. Is there anything we can examine? I suppose we got this. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It will! Well, it opened. Alright, we're in! She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Okay. Actually, while we're here, what is this? The studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind? But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right is to Studio 1 and left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of, busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it too. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? It looks like a tree fell down over the path. Oh, yeah. That was kind of dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Okay, well. If that's all that we needed to see there, we can look inside Studio 1 now. Okay. What is it? You're really quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you shivers, Nick? that white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here, and the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. What have we got then here? They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stab would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Very true. What have we got here? What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh. What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director. Or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious here. Oh boy. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clack at the start of filming. Oh, a clacker board. And look, a megaphone. A real live megaphone. Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. What else is here? We've just got a bag of stuff. We have a step ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? Well, a ladder is a singular one. A step ladder has two sides to it. You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. This girl is out there. That's a step ladder! A step ladder is one that has two sides to it. A ladder just is a single side thing. That's how the definition of that works. Were we wrong with that? Oh, please. Wow. Look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you, no touching that. Sorry, my partner is kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit, but well, do what you can for WP, okay? He's never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. Actually, could we talk to you right now? On the day of the crime. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yeah, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was asleep in his room? No! I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Power's alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue. A lead. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yeah, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone has come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. You've been this helps a lot. Thanks, anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Yeah, you sensed something. I want to check something. So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about the security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Yeah, let's do that then. So let's head back to her. Nope, don't want to examine anything. Hi, Gumshoe. Bye, Gumshoe. Alright, outside the studios.
What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Talk.
What? I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? At the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as can be.
But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day.
What?
Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am?
Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Alright, you better tell me and quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh?
Just talking to the assistant in Studio 1.
She's not even a full-time employee. All you young'uns are alike nowadays, running your mouths like there was no tomorrow and saying the other thing. Well, now I tell you, I knew a thing or two about respect my elders. Back then we were crying for shame at the use of the pleasure. Yeah.
And she left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. That's a good point, actually. Maybe we can have a look in the computer now? The computer that runs the security camera. Nick! Maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Gotta try it. Okay, let's give this a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see, first I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 o'clock. That's when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. There! Entered. Hey! It printed out the date for that day! Let's see what we've got. Yeah. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. But that's an assumption! I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15, 2 p.m. Photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photos, data from that day? Nope, that's the only one in the computer. But if that's photo number 2, where's the first photo that was taken? Hey, Nick! Can we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Last time I showed someone something that was incriminating evidence because we thought that they might have done the crime, I was punched in the face and then accused of the murderer. I'm not gonna go through that again. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Learned that one the hard way. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is the security lady? If nothing else, our objective is to prove is to create reasonable doubt that it was Will Powers. Right? That's our only job here, is to prove that to be the case. Anything else is a bonus. Okay. Oh, straight into court. Okay.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show that the court, at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Alright. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain it with a guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. To pass the security station, there's a gate, see? Passed out of the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day at 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear it again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No, we should be good here. I think I can probably remember that.
So, the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call that security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their name.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Just call me Grandma, especially my name. Even when I was younger, I was Oldbag. Everyone called me dearie. So the folks make fun of my name. Could you believe it? There were all these boys cut to the things. You just call me Oldbag. Well, just to carry it.
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting into the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yesy, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass you by.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag.
Oh boy. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man headed right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What do we want to look at for this? For now, I want to try and get some more information. On the day of the murder, I arrived. So up until that time, anyone who wanted could go into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee keycard to get in.
Right, the keycard that I still have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station? Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning. A run-through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. The rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through that morning, why did you only get there to the afternoon?
I had some errands to run that morning.
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question!
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. I never missed one in all my years.
Wow. I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea.
Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next. You're at the main gate till 5. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks, not even for a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I did my job, whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday,
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper wapper.
Snipper wapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection?
So, the witness is on duty through the whole afternoon, the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
Now, the murder happened at 2 p.m., right?
How did you know that?
Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Poor Detective Gumshoe, getting ratted out by a security guard.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m.
2 o'clock. You're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was that man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny?
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
Yeah. If this is the only proof you have that it was Powers, you have no proof that it was Powers. So, let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai, but that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss... witness.
He's having a hard time calling her Old Bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information and in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then.
The man in the photo. So there must be some assumption she's making as to why it's Powers.
I never said anything. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
Yes, but you... Wendy, you knew that happened. Anyone who knew that he'd sprained his ankle could have been in that position. Hell, Powers could have pretended to be that if he knew. Oh, not Powers. Jack Hammer could have pretended to do that if he wanted.
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Alright, let's see what we've got.
Whippersnapper!
Okay, I hadn't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I say is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always running about each other, putting fingers this way and that is not enough to make an old lady want to cry.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. Monitoring the run-through of the action scene. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then? You saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it feel better for him, of course.
Oh, you have tried some basic first aid treatment, ice pack, isolation, check that it's not broken, anything like that? Nice.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
What?
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops or something, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
Huh. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the big props. It was such a mess. He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Okay. Is it possible then to be able, like... Would it be possible to spear someone through the costume with that if it's broken? Would there be enough force to keep that spear to be able to drive forward enough? He sprained his ankle pretty badly. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus, the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is this Steel Samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. Hang on a sec, how is it not important? You just arbitrarily said it's not important because you couldn't find it so that it doesn't make you look bad, Edgeworth. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
Are you sure, Your Honor? Object. I have to object. Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photos can we see Mr. Will Powers!
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have been killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Witness accounts continued. Okay.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw going to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have been the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Yeah. The only thing you can think right now is the fact that this is picture number 2, but how do we bring that out? Yeah, true. The only person I saw before then. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in, unless they opened the main gate or climbed over it or did any number of things that could have possibly happened that I was unaware of. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? The old windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? Yeah. How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe says his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. The only person I saw, no one else was there, I would have seen them. We think the only thing it's got to be is that this is photo number 2. But where would we present that? I would have seen them. No one else went there. No one else went there. This is a guaranteed statement. Nobody else went there. We have proof that someone else did. Apparently not. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are these evidence statements now just related?
They aren't, are they?
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please rethink the facts over before you make accusations.
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. No one else went there. The only person I saw go to the studios before them was Will Powers. The time of Paul Hammer's death was 2:30 PM. True. The only person I saw go to the studio then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Yeah. Let's press this then. Oh wait, no, we've already done that, haven't we? The only person I saw then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by me at all.
Nobody suspicious looking, right. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. This was again, are you sure, right? Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. In which case then, she's missing details. What information do we have? Let's check this. Yeah, you can see the top of the spear has duct tape on it. It's gotta be the photo, surely. That's the only thing that it could be. Because it says that it's the second photo. That's all it says. But where would you present it? Okay. So, if we were to... The only person I saw going to the studio was there. It's gotta be there, right? The only person you saw, but this is photo number 2, right? There we go. Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words Oct 15, 2 p.m. photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? So, shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it was really the only photo?
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only 1 data for one of those photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Eh? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, oh Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
What is she remembered?
I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this is a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. The other person. Every day I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos and check them. I want to know about some of this. How many photos are there usually?
On a day when we're operating open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big day.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Old Bag!
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point here.
Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo.
Do you remember anything about that photo? Well, who the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
A fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say that no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Yeah, we saw that.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids! So, on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?
Oh, goody.
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about the 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Yeah, they're already going with the idea that it can't be a kid because it's... like, there's no way that it can't be a kid because the samurai spear is too heavy. They're making the assumption that it was the samurai spear that killed him. Could it have been anything else? And then, I don't know, Will Powers tried to hide it. Like, at this point, we're thinking maybe a kid thought it was the evil magistrate, got spooked, attacked him, then tried to, needed help. Will Powers was like, oh my god, this kid's accidentally just killed someone. I've got to try and help them. So it was like manslaughter or something, maybe? That's all we can think at this point. Mr. Powers?
Yeah?
Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio.
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in the security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Old Bag. She was there at the dressing rehearsal. She knew that this had happened. She could erase any other photos that were taken as long as she knew that that was what was happening. So she mocked it up. There we go. That's our angle. Then we stall for time by making the prosecution look for evidence that it's not that case. Meanwhile, we panic. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay. Let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, you will present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. There's something we're overlooking here. This shouldn't be photo number 2. This should be photo number 3. Shouldn't it? Because at 1 o'clock, where's the photo of Hammers going to the dressing? Employee area, after lunch at 1 o'clock, Powers went to the dressing room and went to sleep. Hammers went to Studio 1. So where's the photo of him going to Studio 1? What? That doesn't make any sense. There's gotta be a photo somewhere. No. Okay. That's weird then.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person that could have, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed murder?
Security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag!
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about that injury. The security lady, Oldbag!
What? The whippersnapper?
Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1 to the scene of the murder.
Well, why would you go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Because she knew about the camera. Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here, baby. Sherlock Holmes II. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Hitchy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? Press further. We have to press this further. If we don't, we're screwed. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I want to do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
Why would Mr. Powers? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
Well, he's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How could you be so sure? Oh, it's so nice to the kids and mean to your elders, Day. Whippersnapper.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder?
Well, he'd need a security key, wouldn't he? The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a keycard to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a keycard?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy, what was her name?
Something Oldbag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
All right. We've bought ourselves an extra...
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there is something I was told not to talk about.
Not talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of that murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend I hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Who? Who else was there?
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from us, the court, until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay. Who was there? We've just got to press all that information out of her if she wants to talk. Keep quiet about something. I mean, she is a cop. She is a security guard. There is a subtle difference, but not much, unfortunately. So, you were told not to talk. Also, salutations and greetings, Sunshine. We hope that you find yourself well.
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scenes without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through.
So it could also be the director who was in that costume.
He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a studio too?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gates and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
So was the first photo she lied that it was a kid, said, oh, it was a kid, rather than say it was the studio projectors. That's why she lied. That makes sense. You've been here the whole time, just been lurking. Well, thank you. We greatly appreciate that.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but no, there's nothing more we can ask. Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and further information about those people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings of the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
All right. Not bad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I say... We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out about the director and the producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Yeah, neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying us time back there, okay? Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points out there, with or without my accusations. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Okay, to be continued. How about continue that now? This still doesn't quite make sense. Unless we're saying that, like, here's what we're thinking. Like, the photo can obviously contain more than one person. So unless we're saying that the director, the bigwigs, and some other people from like the director and some of the others who were all there, and Jack Hammer, all went through at the same time on that one photo that they took before. No, that doesn't make any sense, because the director, they didn't say that they were all there in the employee area. So they were in Studio 2, which means there should be 3 photos. Because you've got the photo of the directors and that, going to Studio 2. You've got the photo of Jack Hammer going to Studio 1, and then we've got this photo of the killer going to there as well. Something's not making sense. We're still down a photo. Phew, what a day. This is no time for relaxing, Nick! Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess that really depends on the people we find out about in today's trial. The director and the producer? Yeah, them. Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. Yes, let's. The only place we can really go. No one's here. Right, now they have Miss Oldbag in custody. I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her. Hey! In that guard station, look! She left her donuts! What? I wasn't gonna eat them. I think you were going to eat them. Yeah. Let's check back outside Studio 1. I've got to check something. Hey, Nick! Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. Yeah, you're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. So, Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about at the trial today? It was down that path with the fallen tree, right? Yeah, I think that's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today. Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's where we wanted to head. Outside Studio 2. This is Studio 2? I thought so. It doesn't really look like much of a studio, does it? No, that it does not. Hey, there's a trailer over there. It looks pretty sturdy for a movie set trailer. Are we sure this is just a studio? What is that? That's a thing. That doesn't look great. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Okay. What else have we got here? Well, we've got plates, so we know that at least 2 people were here. Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate 2 bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Now, they couldn't have eaten steaks, because there's bone from the T-bone is missing, so they couldn't have eaten steak. They must have had something else. Hey, there's always room for steak. But something does seem out of place. What? I don't know. It just feels odd. Yeah, what we got here then? A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? What's what I got? What is this? What is this device? What is this for? An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. What are you incinerating in here, though? That's the real question. Nick, let's go inside. You think it's okay? Oh, well, it's locked. Aw, shucks. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. Perhaps they're just using this as something else? Materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might have been a junkyard. Well, there's nothing else here, it seems. Nowhere else to go, so there's nothing there. Let's check the employee area. That's the main one. I've got to check about the, that grate. Yeah. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey! Hi, WP's lawyers, right? I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh, don't mention it. Is it true they called the security lady? Oh, actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? Wow, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on the props and the backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh. Well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right. I won't. Personally, I think you should worry at least a little bit more. If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in for Miss Oldbag. Right. See you later then. Good luck with your investigation. This is what we wanted to check. So the fanboys they were talking about in the trial today, he came in through that drain? So it seems. Guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey, Nick! If that drain's covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him, though, don't you? What, you want to rip the gate off? Really, Nick? We can? Oh, she's serious. Uh-oh. If they come in, we might be able to see them and confirm something. Well, I guess some things are just made to be broken. Yay! You know, Nick, you're pretty swell sometimes. Sometimes? Yeah! There! That should make the kids happy. Things we do, eh? Here's the thing. We just say the kids did it. Where else could we look then? Probably in the dressing room. It's not locked. Hey, Nick, let's go in. Maybe there'll be something else there to steal. Hey, we're not thieves, Maya. We're borrowing. But we did take that card key. We borrowed that. There's a difference. We're giving it back. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh, it's so normal. I was expecting some cool themed snacks or something. Popcorn at least. But wait, look! Samurai soda! Nick, try this! Be my guest. Okay. Oh, too bad. It's sold out. Oh, that's unfortunate. What do we got here? The remains of the other day's lunch are still scattered around. Yeah. These lot ate T-bone steaks. Maybe we can go into the dressing room, find something? This is where the steel samurai costume was on the day of the murder. That's what Mr. Powers says, at least. I guess they snuck in and took it while he was sleeping? But Nick, what if Mr. Powers hadn't been sleeping? I wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. Huh. You know, she's actually got a point. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. Wait, Nick! What now? These snacks, they've passed the expiration date! Then don't eat them? They're snacks. They're meant to be eaten. Maya, do not eat food that has expired. There's an array of cosmetics here. According to Maya, that wig was used in some old TV show. Samurai Boogie Woogie, Nick! Get with the picture! Look, explain to me how you can identify a show just by seeing a wig. I, kinda like samurai movies. Yeah. Yeah. Here's where all the costumes are. Some regular suits among the costumes here. These must be Mr. Powers' personal clothes. Yeah, maybe. It doesn't look like there's anything here, which is good for us. Where else can we move now, though? That's the question. Oh! Hey! Ho ho! You look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick. Kind of like an alternative guard fashion thing. No, actually, I want to talk to you. That would be great. The studios. So, how are the studios doing? Yeah, you've mentioned they're not doing great right now, so... Well, there's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. Don't want me disturbing evidence. I haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates from the day of the murder. You mean those plates with the steak bones left over on them in the employee area? Yeah, can you believe it? I want to talk to you about the fanboy. Or the director, sorry. I heard something of the trial today. They said that the director and producer were here the day of the murder. Oh, sorry. I was in the prop stage room, so I didn't see them. I guess they were here, though. The studio head seemed pretty eager to keep us quiet. So they were trying to protect the director? More the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved these studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it wasn't for that producer. The producer, huh? Do kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures. You should see old Windbag's eyes flash when she sees them. She's had a bit of trouble catching him, though. Yeah. Can I present anything to you? Let me present this to you, see if you know anything about it. Could you take a look at this? That's Mr. Powers. Why is he dragging his leg like that? What is this anyway? Looks like she doesn't know anything about this photo or the injury that morning. Never mind. Yeah. What about this? Say, you work with the props, right? About that murder weapon. Oh, you mean the samurai spear? Yeah, it's a prop, but it's still pretty heavy. I hate having to carry that thing around. So you'd have to be pretty strong to use it as a weapon, it sounds like. Why is Mr. Powers the only person I can think of? Yeah. Let's see then. Let's head back here. The only other place we haven't been is the Studio 1. I don't really want to be here. Yeah, it's a murder scene. I want to go someplace else. Nick? Yeah. There's nothing here that we haven't already seen. Okay. Where else then? Anything in Studio 2? Oh, something is different. Good. This place is deserted. Oh, jeez. What was that? Nick, what was that noise? It sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should just be barging in and... Huh? It's locked. What? Don't we have a key? No, but there's probably one in the guard station at the main gate. Then what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it. If they'll let us. Yeah, I mean... Penny might. Maybe. It's in here, isn't it? There's the security guard station. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras. Oh, please don't touch anything in there. The security lady would knock the stuffing out of me if she knew. I really want the key into that trailer. Maybe next time. Damn. Can I get the key from you in some way, maybe? Maybe I give you this? Wow, they gave a lawyer one of those card keys? Well, I'm sort of borrowing it. I see. You better be careful not to lose that. They're very strict about those card keys here. I guess they're pretty good about keeping these out of outsiders' hands. Thanks. I'll be careful. Okay. I'm not really sure what that is. Sorry. How are you not sure what the guide map to the place is? Okay. Where else have we not been? We haven't been... Where haven't we been? The only thing we've got is this, isn't it? The crate that used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. Yeah. Only other place we haven't been then is the detention center.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Thank you for earlier.
Not at all. We got lucky, to tell you the truth. You can say that again. Let's not. So, WP, do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction?
Sorry, but no.
Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. I can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow.
Yeah.
The fanboy. Do, fanboys sneak into the studio often?
No, not that I know of. The security lady's pretty strict with them.
But in today's testimony, didn't she say that they were often hanging around?
The kids really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess.
And the director? Was the director present at the morning run-through?
Yes, he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate should move.
Why didn't you tell us before?
Well, just the studio asked us to keep quiet.
That has nothing to do with this! I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar! When he loses, he's going to lose big.
I see.
Whose side is she on here? You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you?
No, I sure hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to ask him about this. Regarding the murder weapon.
Yes?
Is it heavy, that spear?
It's pretty hefty, yeah. I don't think the average person will be able to swing it around effectively.
You don't have to swing it, you just have to stab it. And that's the spear that broke or something during the morning run-through?
Oh, yes. I goofed on a round kick, you see. I broke the spear and the security lady fixed it for me right away, though.
So he must have over-rotated, coming in on the landing on the left leg, landed on it awkwardly, twisted his ankle, and then, like, kept the rotation going or something? That's probably the only thing that happened. With duct tape, we had. Yeah. We found this card key in your dressing room.
Oh, that's mine, yes.
Can people outside the studios get these cards?
I don't think so. Even I have to return the card. Once the show's done filming, that is.
Huh. Okay. Regarding this photograph.
Yes.
This really, truly, absolutely isn't you, right?
Right. I was sleeping in my dressing room the whole time. Honest.
But who else could have worn it? Your costume was in your dressing room.
Yep. I guess they snuck in and took it while I was asleep.
But who? Yeah, we don't have anything then. And we've already talked to him through everything. Where are we supposed to go then? Yeah, we can't take the key again, can we? Maybe next time. Computer that runs the security cameras, huh? It looks like it's been turned off for the day. Okay. Where do we go then? What's this? Yeah, because we need to head in here, don't we? The trailer door. It's locked. The key is probably in the security guard station. I doubt they'd let us borrow it. Okay, so if they won't let us borrow it, how do we do anything? Examine... What about this? The studio mascot. Apparently it's a monkey of some kind. And they put its head back on. Maybe we should ask the assistant. I'm not sure that we really want her to fix anything. You probably need a crane to move that thing. Probably so. And the camera. This is the security camera that automatically takes pictures of people here. It took 2 pictures on the day of the murder before the actual time of death. One of them was the Steel Samurai. The other was a grade school boy. Doesn't seem to be switched on today. No. Yeah, there's nothing there. So we've got to go here then? Talk to you about everything. We've presented everything to you that's relevant. Is there anything we can examine here? No, so we have to move. What are we missing here? There's something being missed here. It's not this. Oh, it's maybe that? No clues here. What about this? The drain gate is off, and I know who did it. Now the kids will be able to come in again. Doesn't that make you feel like doing a good deed like that? Must be life to live so guilt-free. Yeah. Did we miss something in the dressing room, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can head in there. Maybe there was something we missed in the dressing room? WTF? Who are J00D00DZ LMAO? Huh? Wait, you first. Who are you? You look pretty suspicious to me. Whatever, 14M3RS. How can J00 not know the great salmonella? I make L33T shows. The Steel Samurai, mine, RTFC. Read the film credits. Really? You're V Salmonella? I'm so sorry, You looked so sorry.
No, quite alright, really. It's fine. ROFL.
What is it?
You know, on closer inspection. Yeah, hot.
No.
Hey, do J00 do J00 do a lot of cosplay? Cause that costume ROXORZ.
You know, we weren't guilty of murder. Can we just, like, stab Maine in some way? Is that illegal as well? Rock saws? What? Hey, you're drooling. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stab him.
Huh? Lol. Buffer overrun. You've triggered my CR34 T1V3P0W3RZ. Yes, it's coming to get me. Prank Princess. The sequel to the Steel Samurai, Prank Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo. ROFL LMAO.
Pink Princess? Why is it gotta be Little Old Tokyo? Why can't it have a cool name like Neo Old Tokyo? We really need to talk about the word cool. Okay. The day of the crime. You were there. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder?
Oh, I know who J00D00DZ are. That security lady told J00 about us, eh?
That's right.
That was a pretty regular day. We had a run through of the action scenes in the morning. Then a meeting from lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer. I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch.
We have learnt about these. Miss Kira explained this. You have to rotate these 90 degrees, and it is an actual version of a face. So this is a sad face. How do you say that? How would that be pronounced? Would that just be colon left bracket? A T-bone steak, was it?
Yeah. Sucks 0RZ. I hate missing out on food.
Nick, what does suck sores mean? No idea.
Anyway, I was in a meeting from noon till after 4 o'clock with the producer and some bigwigs from the network.
Mr. Hammer's time of death is estimated at 2:30 p.m. If he's telling the truth, that means that meeting gives him an alibi. Wait, no, something's wrong. He said he had T-bone steak. But we saw the meals that they couldn't have... What? Unless they just completely threw them away. Like, they didn't eat it, so they're like, oh, we'll throw it away. Because they got, like, cold. Why would you throw that away, though? The producer. About the producer who was at the meeting with you.
Oh, you mean Dee Vasquez? She's a genius. M4D SK11LZ all the way. Scary, though. Sweats. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai.
You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right?
Yeah, we were together from noon till 4 p.m. the whole time.
Oh, great. And the bigwigs? Who exactly are these bigwig people keep mentioning?
Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors. Also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major attention.
Were all of them with you the entire time?
Yeah, unfortunately. They're all gray-haired geezers.
Sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. Great. Let's present to you this. See what you can find out about it.
This is WP, right?
How do you know?
Well, look, he's obviously dragging his foot.
Alright. The director would know about the injury. He was there.
About this weapon. Try not to pay much attention to things that don't interest me. Lol.
Why are you staring at me like that? Okay, you die now. You unalive right now. That seems to be everything there that we can talk to. So that's that sorted. Anything else we can do? The main gate? Anything?
Aha! You again! Ah! How rude, acting like you've seen a ghost!
You certainly got back to your post quickly.
Oh, the police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare steel samurai costume, told me to put it on. Can you imagine? How could I, a sweet old lady, wear a giant suit like that?
Mr. Powers is pretty tall.
As soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go.
I guess that would rule out her being the murderer.
Anyway, know this, whippersnapper. This old lady never forgets the slight or an insult. And you won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed.
You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips.
Starting now! 1, 2, 3.
This lady's too much. Okay. Maybe then we can get the key? The security guard station. I can see the camera. Yep.
Hey, no touching!
Guess I'd better investigate that later. Right. Can we talk to you about anything? The director at all. About the director. The one who was here on the day of the murder?
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, I think she's losing it. Yep. About that kid you saw.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, look at her eyes. She's serious. Okay. Let's not see you then. Where else could we head? Inside there? No, nothing there. Yeah, outside the studio maybe? No, nothing there. Okay. Anything else? Hey! Hey, wait! I bet he came in right through that drain. Hey, kiddio, what's your name, Spot? I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. Huh? But you are a kid. What a rude little brat. That's no way to talk to an adult. I don't see no adults here, hippie fashion chick. Oh boy. Hippie fashion? Nick, I think I'm being mocked. You gotta hand it to Maya. She's pretty sharp. I'm pretty mad. I'm Cody! Cody Hackins! Call me kiddo again and I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer! Oh boy. What happened? Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day? You were here, weren't you? Did you see anything? She always... The Steel Samurai always wins! Always! Okay, that's, What did you see? Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you, losers! What? Wait. Let me go! He's gone. Huh? Something fell off his table when he bumped his way into it on his way out. A bottle? Why was it sitting there, I wonder? An empty bottle. The label reads sleeping pills. Okay. Okay. So that explains how someone was able to get the Steel Samurai costume. They assumed that Powers was going to be asleep, at which point then they could grab it. But who? Anyway, what was that kid saying? He saw everything? Where would he head? He'd have to head out this way. Huh? Where's that old windbag? Odd of her to leave her post.
Hey!
Nick, that was her!
Stop! Whippersnapper!
Yep, Sounds like she's chasing after that boy. Yeah. Uh-oh, she tripped. Maya sure looks happy. You know what? Maybe we just sneakily... Hey, Nick! Now's our chance! Let's check out the guard station! Good idea. Oh! This is it, Nick! The trailer key. The key to that trailer in Studio 2. We'll be borrowing this. Right, Nick? Yes, borrowing. Now let's leave before anyone sees us and could pin it on us. Alright, now back to Studio 2. Now, examine the door. I wonder if the key we borrowed from the guard station will work. Well, it opened. Great! Let's go, Nick. She seems eager all of a sudden. Well, you first, Nick. Not that eager. Alright then. Let's go into the trailer, see what happens. Alright. Okay, inside of the trailer. Miss Vasquez, one would imagine. Someone's in here! Names. Our names? We're WP's lawyers, and, I see. And who might you... D. Vasquez, the producer. D. Vasquez. She's quite beautiful. Okay, well, let's talk to you, as the director. About the director, Salmonella, was it? What, exactly is his role here? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I'm looking for a script. I can't be bothered with anything else. Nick? Are all people in the entertainment business this weird? It's starting to look like it. What did you say you're looking for a script? What did you mean? I was wondering if you could tell me about the day of the murder. Miss Vasquez? Script. Excuse me? Script. I'm looking for a script. Script? The Steel Samurai episode 13. I need it. Could we ask you a bit about the day of the murder? I need to read it. We're getting nowhere fast. Yeah. Okay, fine. Where would the only place that we could think where a script would be where Studio 1 was, where they were planning to do everything. So that would be where the script would be, right? And this is the director's chair. Is this the script here? Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. If I was wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards. Yeah, that's a clacker. A megaphone. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah. Wait, did we have to... I have a feeling that we might have had to talk to all three of them to determine we need to get the script. We'd really like to ask you about the Steel Samurai. Miss Vasquez, it's on TV every week. That's all I have to say about that. Nick! She's telling us to go watch TV? The nerve of her! Hey, don't get mad at me. Nick, let's get out of here. Isn't there someplace else we have to check? Yeah. Wait. Yes? If you see Manila, give him this. Why do we have to do your errands? I don't think I like her. Don't cry. She'll take it as a sign of weakness. Alright, we'll give it to him. If we see him. Bring me the script for episode 13. Okay. Well, we know where Salmonella is. That should be at the, yeah, in the employee area. And then, this is a bit tedious having to go through each and every one. Could have had a list. That would have been great. Just have it like a nice long list. That'd be great. Here, I got this from the producer.
Huh? Bring me the script for episode 13. Episode 13. Where did I put that one? I must have left it somewhere. Uh-oh. My ass is P0WNED if I don't find it.
Nick, it might be quicker to just look for all the places where he'd likely have been. I agree. Yeah. We think we know where that is. That would be to the main room. Then we go to outside Studio 1, to inside Studio 1, to then on there. We're back at the scene of the crime. Let's find what we need to do and get out of here quick, Nick. Pretty sure it is that. It's got to be that, right? Because that's the director's chair. That's the reflecting screen. No. What? What is this? No. That was not what we were looking at. The. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. The director. Maya, take a look around that chair for me, would you? Remember that script the director was talking about? Didn't he say he'd left it somewhere? Aha! I found it, Nick. The script. Good work. Still Samurai. The cover reads episode 13. Now, who do we present it to? That's the question. Do we give it to Sal? Or, perhaps, if we give it to Sal, we might not be able to speak with Miss Vasquez. So let's give it to her ourselves. Or at least try and use it as leverage, maybe? Here, we found it. Your script. Script handed to D. Vasquez. You're not going to talk to us? Quiet. I'm reading. Just hold on! What's the big idea? Who do you think you are anyway? And do you even know who we are? Powers lawyers. Right. Am I a suspect? No, it's just, well, no, but you wanted to know about the day of the murder. Yes, anything you could tell us would be a big help. You know there was a meeting here at noon? Yes, with the director and the people from the network. Correct. Now listen closely. None of the people in this trailer that afternoon went to Studio 1. It was impossible for us to leave. Impossible? Why? The path was blocked. The path? On the day of the murder, the path that leads here was blocked. You saw Mr. Monkey on the way here, correct? Mr. Monkey? The monkey with the broken head. Oh, right, that. What an original name. Its head fell over in the wind on the day of the murder. They didn't start moving the head out of the way until after 3 o'clock. It was after 4 o'clock by the time the path was unblocked. Capice? Everyone in this trailer was stuck here until the path was cleared. I mean, no, that's not true in the slightest, but go on. Stuck in this trailer, stuck until after 4 p.m. Hammer died at 2:30. Thus, none of us could have gone to Studio 1. What? It's true. A crane came just after 3 o'clock to move the head. We called some people in to clear the way. I'm sure they'd corroborate my story. But wait, what if the head fell after 2:30? Then you could have gone to Studio 1. 2:30, the time of death. Very well. Come. That's Mr. Monkey. When it wasn't broken, it announced the time in ooks. 1 ook per hour. Ook, 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 ook. Always with the ooking. It is a monkey after all. Check its head. The clock inside stopped when it broke. Nick, it stopped at 2:15. 2:15? That's right. This path was blocked from 2:15 till 4 p.m. Therefore, we're innocent. Mr. Hammers died in Studio 1 at 2:30. See? Goodbye. Well, that's useful information, but... What do we do now, Nick? There isn't anyone besides WP who could have killed Hammers. It's over. We're finished. It sure doesn't look good. Guess we should head back to the office and plan our strategy. Well, back there we head then. Back to the office. Not much more we can do, unfortunately. Now what? They're fresh out of clues. Everyone's alibi is watertight. We don't even have any promising leads. Things are looking pretty grim. It's a little early for giving up, don't you think? Huh? You've got one lead? Mia! It's you! What took you so long? Sorry, Phoenix. Maya has trouble calling me unless she's really in trouble. Right. Oh, wait. I guess that means we're really in trouble. I'd say so. What do you mean we have one lead? The boy, of course. Yeah, I saw him! I saw everything! Yeah, he did say that, but I ain't telling you. I don't know, he didn't sound like he wanted to help at all. I'm sure you can find some way of bringing him over to your side. Either way, we should go back to the studios. That boy is our last hope, Phoenix. Thanks. Now I'm more worried than I was before. Also, we just came from there, Maya! Couldn't you have done this sooner? Well, at least cardio's getting in. What's wrong? Oh, we're whippersnappers! She's been chasing that boy this whole time? When I catch him, Sounds like she hasn't had any luck catching him. I got a hostage now, whippersnapper! A hostage? A hostage? What's this about a hostage? When that boy was running away, he dropped this and ran. He'll come back for this one. It's kind of hard to understand with all this huffing and puffing. Phoenix, that hostage might be what we needed. Cody might talk to us if we gave him that. Good idea. Hey, Miss Oldbag, mind if I...
No! I'm catching that brat if it's the last thing I do.
Phoenix, do you have anything you might trade with her? A trade? I wonder. Maybe. What if we present this key? Miss Oldbag, I'm borrowing this, just so you know.
Okay. Just be sure to give it back.
She's not even demanding when she's all exhausted. Oh, great. Maybe this?
Hey, that's a card. Studio One?
Right, a card key for Studio One.
I could visit poor Hammer. I'd like to visit. He died. I was his fan.
You don't have to own... You don't own card, Miss Oldbag?
Studio One isn't my turf. You'll let me borrow it then?
If I give her the key card, I won't be able to get into Studio One. Lend her the card. Why don't you let her borrow it, Phoenix? I guess it can't hurt. Here you go, Miss Oldbag. Card key lent to Miss Oldbag. Maybe a sign of good faith?
Listen to me, Sonny. I don't like having debts to no whippersnappers. You can take this, and we're even. Deal?
What is this? A Steel Samurai trading card?
That sneaky kid dropped it. I figured it's pretty important to him, though.
Thank you. I may have a use for this. This must be the hostage she was talking about. Okay. Well, we have that card.
Right. I'm off.
There she goes, hobbling off towards the studio. Yeah. We know that the kid's got to come back here to leave, right? This is our only hope. Hey, you, wait a sec! Phoenix, was that the boy? Yeah, his name's Cody Hackins. I think he ran into the dressing room. Oh, great. Let's just corner the kid and get it over with. He's sure to be in here somewhere. Found you! Damn it, he's getting away! Come back! There. He's back. How did she... Hey there. Would you mind helping us out? Please? I'm Cody. Hello, Cody. I'm Mia Fey. Nice to meet you. Yo! And I'm Phoenix Wright. Who asked? Phoenix, can you take it from here? I'm not so sure I'm qualified. Let's present this right now. Cody, this look familiar? Hey, you are! You are? Huh? You are? You know, ultra rare! That card's really hard to get! Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. I'll give you this, if you help me. But that's my card! By offering me something I already own, you're in effect eschewing the very basis of our consumer society, namely the principles of fair trade. Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. But what do they teach these kids in school these days? Quantum physics? Whatever, I don't need that card. Huh? I got a double. Just keep it. It's yours. What? After I went through all that trouble? If you want to trade, find me a really rare card. A really rare? Do you mean there's something rarer than ultra rare? Ultra rare premium cards are all way rarer than plain ultra rare cards. Come on! Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. Premium rare. Why do I feel like we're talking about steaks? Okay. Great. So our one lead turned into a dud. That's just brilliant! What the is there anyone anywhere that might help? Diva! Oh, hi! Hello, what brings you here? Oh, well, I had to arrange some stuff. Yes? The, girl with you, doesn't she seem a little different? Like, is she even the same person as before? Nope. She's the same as always. Same as always. Okay, whatever you say. Hey, question. Penny, you don't know anything about this, do you? Do you know anything about this? Hey, that's a Steel Samurai trading card. I collect those, actually. I'm one card away from a complete set. Oh, please. Universe, if there was ever a time for a coincidence to happen, now would be a really fucking good time. Please. A complete set? Yeah, a set of one of each card. Huh. Wait. That's it. That's the card I need. Oh, you don't know how long I've been looking for it. I don't care what kind of girl you think I am. I need that card. Please, I beg of you, please trade with me. To trade with you? Yes, trade cards. Look, I'll even trade you an ultra rare premium card. Trade me up, Yes, it's a good deal for your ultra rare. Please. Phoenix, can't you see she's desperate? But why is everyone getting so excited about trade? Okay. Really? Thanks! Then this is for you. An ultra rare premium Steel Samurai card. Very valuable. Yahoo! And there she goes. Doesn't doing good things make you feel great? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Well, we got our card. So somehow, by random sheer coincidence. That's great. That's perfect. Cody, you little shitbag, get the fuck back here. I got this. See this card?
Yeah, so... Wait, that's it! That's the last Ultra Rare Premium card I need! Come on, give it to me, please! You gotta give it to me! I have never seen him so eager. Right, okay. How about a trade? You're on! I'll give you a samurai spear and throw in an evil magistrate to boot. No. Not that kind of a trade. I don't want cards. I want information. Ha! You sure? Fine by me. Alright, we've given him the card. Now we just lock the door until he gives us the information we want. Okay, Phoenix. Let's hear what he has to say. If he knows something that could help us, we can have him take the stand tomorrow. Yeah. What happened? You were here on the day of the incident, right? Yeah. Did you see anything unusual? Cody? Cody, he needs to know because he's fighting for justice. Isn't that the Steel Samurai's motto? For great justice? How does Mia know this? You have to help us fight for great justice too. I saw everything! Well, we might get some useful information out of him yet. What? The Steel Samurai. So you like the Steel Samurai? He's so cool! I guess. You're judging him by his looks. You have to look at his actions, his life. I'm being lectured on life by a grade schooler. You like him too, don't ya? Me? Yeah, I love the Steel Samurai. So tell me what your favorite thing about the Steel Samurai is. I like his fighting skills. Got to think of something. I like when he vanquishes his foes. Yeah, wazam! The Steel Samurai always wins. Always! Check this out. It's my fan album. What the? It's all the pictures of the Steel Samurai? I go to every live performance. A stupid publicity stunt so they beat each other up in public? I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. Never missed one. It's a perfect collection. Check it out. My new digital camera. Wow, that's very impressive. The newest model, isn't it? You bet, lady. I just got it for my birthday. My album has a name. Want to hear it? The Steel Samurai, Path to Glory. The Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Oh, we have a bad feeling about this. Hey, if you want this, you can have it, lady. Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I took these with the digital camera. I got all the data at home, so I can always make another one. Well, then I'm happy to accept. Thank you. Okay. What's with people always giving stuff to Mia? What a life. Anyway, what did you see? Cody, I need to ask you something very important. What did you see on the day of the incident? I got here that day around 2 o'clock. I had to come in through the woods out back so that old lady wouldn't see me. I got kind of lost, though. I was in it for maybe a half hour or so. Then I finally got to the studio. After that... What is it, Cody? The Steel Samurai killed the bad guy! He used his samurai spear, just like always! One shot, one kill! It happened so fast, I got scared. I went home after that. I see. Must have been hard for you. Man, you say these nice things, but it's obvious you aren't speaking from the heart. Right. Yeah? Yes? I think we can say for sure this means the Steel Samurai did it. True enough. And the director has an alibi, so it wasn't him. Indeed. So, the only person left who could have been is Will Powers. I have to admit, it's kind of a shock. But if you put this boy on the witness stand, your client will be guilty for sure. Let's not call them then. I think that would be wise. Best leave this one alone. Not so fast, pal! I heard everything. This boy is a key witness, and he's under police protection starting now. Come on, son. You got a rendezvous with me down at the precinct. No, I ain't going!
Ah, shit. That didn't go so well. We're back to 0 leads. And now we have a serious handicap in court. What are we gonna do, Mia? Well, I really need to be going. Don't worry, Phoenix. I'm sure you'll be fine. Whoa, 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 but come to the trial tomorrow, please! I need you there! Phoenix, can I ask you something? Do you really believe that Mr. Powers is innocent? Yes! Of course he is! And that's all I wanted to hear. Excellent. I'll see you in court then. Great. Thanks, Mia. See you soon. Yeah, we've still got that photo. Something is messing with that. Something is not quite right there. But, well, the trial's not for another day or so, so we'll have to go back and think some of these things over, which means that is pretty much where we're going to go ahead and end things off for this broadcast data stream. It was a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of fun here, but next time, well, we've got to try and sort out that whole mess. That's going to be quite fun to do. That should be sometime next week for that, which we will let you all know through on the Twitter with our schedule. But as we said, that is for next time. For now, we're going to go ahead and end our broadcast. We have a lot to think it over. Thank you very much for watching. We have been Ultrasonic Blur. You have been a fantastic audience, and we shall see you all next time.